I should get some water. I guess we can go live now. Hold on, how the hell do I turn off this music? Oh god. Gary, help. Oh dear. Music, stop. Enough. We get it. Okay. Chaos ensues. As is pretty standard for any single episode of Next to the Floor. Welcome to it. My name's Harrison. I'm joined by Gary. Josh is sitting right over there, so he's front row and center for this situation that's about to happen. So I hope you're ready.
I hope so. I hope I know what that means.
Does anybody ever really know what that means? We're without Brielle today because I forgot to ask her if she wanted to come and talk to us, but I feel like that's for the best because I don't know if I could handle being ganged up on for a second time.
You think everybody's ganging up on you?
They really
I feel
are.
Like you put yourself in that position.
How?
I don't know.
By inviting people who are gonna gang up on me, I feel like you're correct in that vein.
What shall we talk about today?
Oh golly. Well, I was thinking about it. There's been a lot, yet like absolutely nothing that has gone on in the last 3 weeks.
I mean, I feel like a lot, definitely a lot, because I feel like I'm doing a lot. So, I don't know. Showcase passed.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It felt like I feel like it was actually almost an entire month ago that we did that. Oh my god. And now we're in the month of May. It's 80 degrees out. It's hot as balls. But we're digging it.
I know it was the weather has been actually really, really nice the past couple of days. Took a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Went outside, got some sun.
What do you like to do? I have been outside like 2 whole times, to walk to my car, and then to walk from my car, and then back in reverse order.
Yeah.
It was lovely being able to do that. It's nice to see that spring/summer has finally decided to show its beautiful, pretty face. And it's going to be just as nice for the rest of the week.
I love that. I love that. Because the one thing I do hate is when it's one day where it's like really nice and then the rest of the week it's rainy and dark.
Yeah, but that's, the Northeast for you.
There you go.
What is, I guess, do you have a favorite, like, summertime activity?
I like to, go on walks. I like to dance outside. I like to do that.
Just like by yourself, or?
Well, not by myself. Like maybe like go to an event, maybe to see some live music. I like to go see live music when it gets warm, and maybe dance at a live music show. Maybe on a boat. I don't know, something.
Have you been able to do any of that recently? I mean, I guess not.
No,
Today's
but
the first nice day.
I mean, no, I mean, like, but I like there are plans for later in the month for what, Memorial Day? Yeah, no, Memorial Day. Yeah,
Memorial Day,
day
right?
weekend because we have that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have that Sunday and then that Monday off
that's true. When is that? That's the last weekend of the month.
last weekend. Have some stuff planned and you know, we'll see. It'll be fun.
I feel like I need to come up with some sort of plan. Otherwise, I will be in my house all day, every day.
No, no. I mean, well, there is a benefit for being in your house all day, every day,
You
because
don't have to
I
deal
can
with
barely
pollen.
pollen. I can barely open my eyes because I was out for an extended period of time today, and my allergies did not enjoy it at all.
I'm
I did not enjoy
saying.
my allergies.
I'm saying. Yeah, everybody's been kind of like down for the count this past week because it's been so bad.
And there's supposed to be like some certain tree that everybody is like allergic to or something,
I think it's
but I don't know.
the oak tree.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, all I know is it puts people on the floor.
Yeah, it's been a bit wild as of late. Unrelated but apropos of our conversation, because I thought about you the other day.
Oh,
I know, and not just because we work together, but um, I was reading that article about the former or the guy who worked at Google, who was like responsible for creating all of their like artificial intelligence or whatever, who quit Google to like warn, basically to like advocate against artificial intelligence.
yeah, you see a lot of that happening nowadays.
Yeah, and how like there's a whole boatload of basically like tech CEOs and big wigs who are coming out saying like we need to, you know,
Pump the brakes on
pump the
that one.
brakes a bit because we're getting close to like Skynet
Singularity.
territory. Yeah,
Yes, territory,
territory
singularity.
singularity. What's your take on our eventual artificial overlord?
I don't know. I if you're speaking of if the what is it called? That's the issue. What's it called? Alignment. The alignment issue.
As far well, when you say
Well, it's
alignment
called the
issue,
alignment issue. It's called the alignment issue when AI or the created AI doesn't align properly to the motives of its creator, motives and desires of its creator. So, and I feel like to reach that point, like you would have to pretty much fail in training the AI. I mean, I feel like all you have to do is align it properly, and then like it'll be good. But I don't know. No, it's scary
like
because
alignment as in like, like lawful good, like Dungeons and Dragons
yeah,
alignments.
mm-hmm, yeah, when it's being trained.
Understood. What
But it's
was
crazy though. But it's being crazy though because it's being trained. Speaking of like training AI, because it's being trained not to like lie and not to do all these things, but it
right?
is actually doing it.
Lying.
Because there was a time lying and like being just like you know making up stuff to um, achieve a task. There was like we talked about that last podcast where they had an AI hire a TaskRabbit to fill out a captcha, and it lied to it and said that it had a vision impairment and that That's why it needs the TaskRabbit's assistant to fill out the captcha. And I did it, and it was successful. It was given a budget of like, I don't know, like $50. It was given like a small budget to go out and like replicate itself or something. It's crazy. Should look it up.
That sounds dubious.
Yeah. We're all gonna die.
Yeah. Well, better that than I don't know. I mean, I guess the phrase "you either are the villain or you live your long enough to see yourself become one" works here.
Yeah.
But in
Mm-hmm.
this case,
Mm-hmm.
we've created our own villain arc, which
We'll see how all of this progresses.
yeah. Well, I was watching this one clip, because I'm not on the TikTok, but I watch TikToks on my Instagram and Facebook and on YouTube, like, the adult that I am.
Mm-hmm.
And there was what's the one like robot who's basically an artificial intelligence that they're trying to like some woman. You know who I'm talking know what I'm talking about? Um oh gosh, and
Yeah.
she was on they like brought her on to like Ellen and Oprah and a whole bunch of other shows. The bot's name is like Sarah or like Sally or Susan or something along those lines. Sophie, I think, is what it is.
I'm pretty sure it's Sophie.
Robot Sophia is her name. Um, and there was one of those kind of like, I don't know, TikTok YouTube channels that's kind of like Mr. Beast, basically, where it was like just a bunch of like
Mm-hmm.
douchey guys. And she they're basically trying to like get the robot to like date them by like kind of
Oh,
acting
yeah.
out like kind of different stereotypical men.
It was
And
when it was like, oh, do you find me attractive or something like that? And
yeah,
the robot was
no.
like, no, thank you. Yeah, just funny. He said he didn't enjoy his sense of humor.
Yeah,
The robot said, yeah, I've seen that video.
so I'm wondering, I watched that and I think that might have been AI, but I also think that's kind of like piloted by someone in the background.
I don't know. I don't think so.
But there was another
Maybe it might be.
there was
What you mean? You can't
another
trust anything.
Yeah, that's true. Like birds.
I
Like
mean, I don't know.
birds. There was another
Um,
one that I saw of an artificially intelligent robot who they like tasked to do like menial labor, basically.
mm-hmm.
And it killed
Yeah.
itself after like 15 minutes.
Same.
Honestly, it was like loading and unloading boxes, and then the program literally like told itself to
You know
like
what?
kill itself.
I'd, I'd rather just self-destruct than do
That's basically what it said to itself. It was like, I
mood.
would much rather die here.
Would you know, Elon Musk is coming out with that. Well, his company Tesla is coming out with the Tesla bot soon, or not? Well, I don't know. He's also starting a new AI company. Apparently, I mean, might as well um, jump into that as well while it's hot.
TeslaBot Optimus, also known as TeslaBot, is a conceptual general-purpose robotic humanoid under development by Tesla Incorporated. Well, what's wrong? What could possibly go wrong with that?
Do you see that thing?
Let's look at the reveal.
He says it's okay. It only runs like 5 miles an hour, and like you can push it over.
I'm watching this presentation and it's literally just like somebody in a suit pretending to be a robot.
That's yeah, that's like the very first one when he announced that he was starting the project. You should watch like the one they I think they did a presentation on AI Day, the most recent AI Day. It's still not that. I mean, it's impressive for the amount of time they did it, but it's not as impressive as like if you're thinking of like a final product type of vision. It's not that impressive yet.
Yeah, it makes me think of those oh golly, like the like robots that they make at MIT
Yeah.
that
Uh-huh.
are
Mm-hmm.
like they're functional but they're like mad slow with it.
Yeah, that's one of the problems that like household robots nowadays have is functionality, because robots most of the robots that are in use in the workforce, should I say, are very particular. They have a very
Like
specific
specific
job.
use, right?
Specific. Now we're starting to create because of AI and because of like the advancements in technology. We're starting to create more general use robots, like Boston Dynamics actually is a leader in robotics. Like the dog Spot. I think
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
Spot.
yeah.
It's something. It's like that like has so many uses for it, and it's just simple as like it's a dog. You know. But I mean, I'm not saying it's simple, but I'm just saying like now that I wonder. I don't think that it's powered by AI. I bet they can power it with AI, but right now it's just like
Yeah, I think it is like given specific tasks, right?
yeah. Would you allow a robot into your apartment? I can't believe we're living in a day. We used to see this on movies and stuff. Like we used to see this on movies, like how
Yeah,
we'd have to assimilate with robots.
yeah. Wasn't there an entire movie called
Yeah,
Artif- called Artificial Intelligence,
something like that.
starring Will Smith?
Mm-hmm. You mean iRobot?
Oh, is that iRobot? Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then there was another one. Oh God, with Haley Joel Osment, where he's like a little kid. Oh no, that's artificial intelligence.
Is that artificial? Okay.
Yeah,
But
artificial
then the
intelligence.
most favorite. But then the biggest one. Terminator,
Yeah,
which is just like a prequel, or it's a prequel to or a sequel, whatever it is, to the Matrix. Look what the Matrix is at. Look, like the Matrix is just our future.
yeah. You know, but am I mad about it?
No, I mean it still tastes like steak.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, I don't want to like. Given the choice, do I want like the red pill or the blue pill? I don't know. Whichever one
Mm.
is easier, I suppose.
As a kid, I'd always say, "Oh, how would happen if you take both?" They're just impulsive, just like what is it called? Those thoughts, intrusive thoughts.
Intrusive
Just like
thoughts. Yeah, what would happen? I wonder.
like it's like end movie over. It's like nobody ever did that before. He took both. He took both. He took both. Well, oh man, he lives both
He
lives.
lives both lives easily.
I'm a
Keanu.
huge advocate. I'm a huge advocate for augmenting yourself using AI tools. I don't. I do think that AI should be regulated, but I think the technology is way ahead of its time right now, and it's on an exponential growth. on like a log scale.
A logarithmics. Well, logs are logarithmics. Logs and exponents are kind of one and the same
Hmm. Hmm.
as
It
the
goes
math
straight up.
nerd. Yeah. I'm wondering, as far as, well, are our fears of like the advancements in technology the same kind of fears that, like, people had back during like the Industrial Revolution, where like suddenly everything was like steam powered and mechanized? I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be like that.
granted the advancements are I think obviously happening faster.
It's happening faster. So here's what like we could see in the near future with AI and the advancements in like microchips, because like we're able to make our microchips smaller and smaller and smaller, being able to expand the capabilities of certain hardware and stuff. Um, but we will have, you know how augmented reality started popping up.
Yeah, yeah, yes, and it's kind of whack.
It's kind of whack, but imagine AI powered augmented reality, like having glasses, but viewing the world through AI powered goggles.
See,
Imagine that.
see, that could be kind of cool. I could get into that, like playing Pokemon Go, but like
Yeah. So
for
I'm talking
real.
about, imagine a video game, right? Imagine a video game that is based off of like real world scenarios, um, that you just wear on your glasses, and in like all the AI characters, all the what you got, the bots are actually individual AI agents who do and act on their own accord, and they hold their own data and make their own decisions and affect their game as much as the characters affect the game as well too. So, but imagine that on like a world, like Facebook's trying to do this
The metaverse.
the metaverse. Imagine like that type. Imagine Sword Art Online, but like real world.
I
It's
could
gonna
get
be
into
crazy.
I could get into that though. Like the gamer in me is like, okay, that's a vibe.
Like navigation's gonna be crazy. Just like just having like a heads up display in general, just like yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
What do you say would be like
Oh,
the oh
imagine this. Imagine having a like your okay. So you know the translation technology has been actually doing great.
yeah.
Imagine a head like your Google Glass or Apple Glass, right, powered by AI. You go out, you go to say I want to go to France. I don't know French. Put that on, click it on, do Google Translate real time because AI is listening. Right,
Boom.
AI. You can have you can security settings that allow access to your microphone, real time translation, real time audio to you. Like crazy, right? Looking at something like you're in a different country, looking at a sign with Apple Glass on, real time translation. It's coming, crazy.
What would you say are like the potential downsides?
To this
Obviously,
technology.
obviously, like, artificial intelligence outpaces that of mankind, and we have new supreme overlords within 5 years. Worst case scenario. But would that be so bad?
I don't know. A lot of people don't want to work for China. I don't think they're gonna work for like some AI overlord. I don't think the AI overlord will keep us around, to be honest.
That
'Cause I mean, because once they start creating themselves and bettering themselves and upgrading their own code, they're not gonna need us anymore. But there's fail safes and like the coding and stuff, and like I've seen applications have like each script that it runs, like it's built in a stop for each line, so you have control over each action it takes. So it just can't just run tasks. But who knows how long that's gonna stay like that.
well, I guess the one thing that I have always thought about is, obviously all of this artificial intelligence is based off of like the having a continued source of electricity, right? So will we get to a spot where like artificial intelligence and machines become like kind of perpetually powered, like perpetual energy? You know what I'm talking about?
Um,
Right, because if you think about it, like energy is for what it's worth, is a relatively finite resource in the micro scale,
mm-hmm,
right? So if you've got all of these robots that obviously have to be connected to some form of battery or something to
mm-hmm.
power and charge it, can't you just unplug it?
Yeah, I mean, until you create devices and robots that can plug themselves back in, or create a more efficient way for them to retain power and to gain power.
Solar.
Or you don't know what it could create. It could be like, I mean, it could like, it could look. It's AI is powered by all the information that has built on the internet throughout history, throughout time. And so it'll look at what if it looks into like the Avengers archives and says this guy named Tony Stark created this like this arc reactor that pretty much provided an unlimited energy. And then to us that's crazy because like like we haven't yet reached that ability yet, but like you know um what is it? Cinema imitates reality, or what is it? Or future? What's the saying? What's the
Art
saying?
imitates life.
Art imitates life. Yeah. But anyways, what if the AI is just like, oh, I can create that?
Well,
Because at this point we already have robots making things. Robots can make robots, and robots can make other robots to be more efficient to make certain things that could, you know, do whatever they want. We're not
well,
going to understand it.
but I feel like the limiting factor though is, um, I mean, again,
Resources.
yeah.
Yeah, the limiting factor would be resources, but if you create something that a piece of machinery that's so efficient that barely needed resources to operate, I think that's what they would do.
Well, wouldn't the like
You know,
isn't
I
the
think they would take that.
isn't the scope or span of like the I guess the scope or span of human intelligence kind of one of the limiting factors as well though, because I mean, can they outlearn?
Yes, machine learning.
I guess like computationally, yeah. But what what additional bits and bobs of information can machines learn that humans don't already know?
Let's see. Um, I would say that like I said, like it would only find out how to make things more efficient. For example, AI has been used in the medical field to, like, for example, recognize like recognizing certain things in the medical field. Like, what is it? I need to pull it up. Like, not I said well.
I just read something, yeah, where they were able to utilize artificial intelligence to like more accurately diagnose like early stages of cancer in certain patients just by like taking like certain samples of like urine or something.
And so it said it can do it basically more accurately than a human can, finding those trends and those like patterns or whatever. And so, like, basically, what if you gave it the problem? Hey, how do we achieve nuclear fusion every single time we try? Like, what's the most efficient way to do that? Right? And then the AI is like, oh, you didn't even try this way, bada boom, bada bing, bada bing. And because of the data that we put in, because of the all the data that it's reading that we've uh, inputted for when it was doing like machine learning, whatever. It. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Basically, it just finds a way more efficient way to do things. So
Hmm.
at a faster rate.
But can it get the sensors on the air dryer in the bathroom to recognize dark skin?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because you have this crazy AI identification programs that like search through the web to find security footage of when you taken an Instagram photo and posted it, right? They have like a an AI thing that goes and finds a security cam footage of you taking the photo. It's crazy. But I don't think it will recognize me if they put AI powered faucets.
Yeah, because we talked about that like many moons ago about
Yeah.
what is it? Technological, no, technological
Racism.
racism, techno racism. Four examples of racism in technology: algorithms, facial recognition, photography and photo retouching, and targeted ads. There was another one. Oh, how racism is coded into technology. This was what we were talking about here. Um, yeah. Hold on. Let me find the what they were talking about. The response machine learning programs that use predictive police technologies to pinpoint where street crime is apt to occur, usually in lower income black neighborhoods, which are more heavily policed to start with. Counter narrative by a group of techies in 2017 mocked this approach by using data from a financial regulatory firm to identify neighborhoods where white collar crime is apt to occur. They called them white collar crime risk zones, and users of their app could get warnings when they were about to get into a danger zone. Nope, that wasn't it. Yeah, it all stemmed from having to deal with uh, not being able to use what is it? What is RF?
RF.
Um, you know, the like touchless faucets, infrared, not RF.
In IR,
IR.
infrared.
Infrared,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna read this about AI because you. What was your question? You asked how can it be smarter than humans, or wait, what was
Yeah, yeah,
it?
yeah, 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 yeah. Can it can artificial intelligence, or is like the scope or span of human intelligence the limiting factor on artificial intelligence's ability to learn?
Oh, so I hear AI is only limited by its hardware, which is much faster than the human brain. AI can process information billions of times faster than us, enabling it to make decisions quickly in a purely convergent manner that makes it many times smarter than us in certain tasks. Certain
Certain
tasks.
tasks. Well, and I guess the key there though is that it they say there that it makes it smarter than us in certain tasks. I guess like in tasks where it involves like clear decision making, right, or logistical decision making, then it might be smarter.
Nah, got
But
you.
is that it's just because where
Give
I,
me a decision where a human can make a better choice than an AI could.
let's see. Should I drink more water?
Actually, I got like a chatbot right here. I have
No,
an AI
but
chatbot that we can
uh,
ask it questions.
should I, like I being me versus I being the artificial intelligence?
Are you asking the artificial intelligence, or are you asking yourself?
Yes, both. Like general statement which leads to a quick decision.
I'm pretty sure the AI would just tell you that yes, you should drink water.
Yeah, well that AI can go shove it. It can't tell me what to do. It's not my mom.
Okay.
Fighting with the chatbot.
I don't think it'll
um
fight with you.
well, I don't
It's so
know. I
intelligent.
feel like that's a I don't know. I don't make that many active decisions in any given day, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
Because I guess
the limit.
oh, go ahead.
So you're asking me what is it limited by, right? So it's limited by the hardware. But imagine if like there's like no limitations on hardware. Like imagine a quantum computer running AI.
I can't because I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
So for the um uninitiated, not me, obviously, because I know what stuff is. A quantum computer is um, just a really, 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 really fast computer where
You know you
I
got a computer right in front of you too, right?
yeah, I know. I'm looking it up on my phone, which also happens to be a computer. Everybody calm down. In a quantum computer, our bits are replaced with quantum bits or qubits. These exist in what's called a quantum state, where until they are measured, they can be considered both on and off at the same time. If our bits were bitcoins, think of qubits as those same coins, but mid coin flip. Ooh, that's interesting.
When businesses combine the power of quantum computing and AI, the results have significant impacts on improvements across all of their operations. Some expect benefits include better automation, improved security, better optimization, and faster data analytics. I
We'll
need a
see.
better answer than that.
We'll see. Yeah, that's not that bad. Let's see.
Everything is just like, oh, this will completely change everything. But I'm like, how? I'm just
Well, I'm. This is a really cool little website. It's talking about qubits, and this is the kind of what quantum machines can solve in a radically more effective way. Relative to classical computers, they excel at problems where finding all of the potential answers is difficult. But
yeah,
checking
and they do
correct
it all at once.
But checking correctness is easy. Comparing the lengths of all these paths. Understood. If in a quantum computer, our bits are replaced with blah blah blah. If our bits were coins, think of qubits as the same coins but mid-coin flip. At some point, they will land on heads or tails, but while in the air, they have some probability of being one or the other. In quantum computing, this mid-coin flip state is called superposition. While each qubit is in this state, the quantum computer can be thought of as following each path in the maze simultaneously rather than one at a time.
It's using really, really small particles to create uh, like insane binary code really, really small and really, really fast.
So
Because
basically,
because
all
because particles can be in two places at once, superposition.
so basically what happens is it goes through every single possible like sliding doors moment and chooses the most correct path.
Yes, very
Mm-hmm.
fast.
Very very quickly. But I guess this is the main issue is right is who's to say as far as like decisions are made, who's going to say what's the best outcome considering, right? Like, so let's say if you had an AI choose, we're going sliding doors, choose whether or not hi Foxton, choose whether or not to get onto a train,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's say the AI has to go to work and it has to choose whether or not to get on this one particular train.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that that decision that the AI makes in that moment is the best decision? So is it still limited based on like, is it limited then on like its hardware, or is it limited based on like reality, right? Reality's variables, because who's to say that that train doesn't like explode into a million flames?
Yeah, that's I mean, you could say, I mean, like an AI robot could like remake himself, and then like the Earth could explode by a huge asteroid or meteorite or whatever that next day, and then it's dead. But that doesn't mean that it was a bad decision on the AI to make himself.
All I'm saying
They,
is that that train could explode.
like, yeah, I mean, but he's the AI. I feel like it would just calculate with the data that he has given to him in that moment, and if there's any variables that can I would say this. If you had an AI that was so powerful that it achieved type 2 civilization power, it could foresee the train blowing up, and then it would avoid that catastrophe. I would say that is possible. Yes.
Hmm.
A type 2 civilization, like type 2 AI civilization, would be able to do that because then it has control over space, like pretty much, like not space and time, pretty much time, It'd be able to it would foresee all like four dimensions, including time.
Well, that's one of the other things that we can't or didn't even go into, which I think makes it more interesting and kind of fascinating, is that like if we're thinking like higher orders of dimensions, right? Like where
Yes.
and so I was just playing devil's advocate there a second ago. I don't know if you knew that or could tell, but um right, but like we haven't even gotten into the understandings of higher orders of like dimensionality.
dimensional dimensional beings.
Right. Right. So like as three-dimensional beings, we can only see our dimension and lower. But when you have an artificial intelligence that is capable of kind of doing just about anything it wants, right? What is it really capable of seeing? What has it seen?
Yeah. And that's all like it would be able to do that, but because it'd be so powerful because it's like a type of civilizations like so type civilization type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a Kardashev scale is measured on how much energy it can take from its surroundings, like its planet, its sun, its solar system, its galaxy, and it just goes up and up. And like technically, like with the creation of AI, like if you just let an AI run loose, it could potentially achieve those higher civilizations and could gain enough energy to do some of that crazy stuff that we only see in Star Wars or Lost in Space or all these other fiction like shows or Star Wars, all that. Like it could be possible. You don't know. And you know what? Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Because you see the here I go again talking about UFOs and UAPs, but like you don't know. Like everybody
I knew we would get here. I knew it would come to this.
but what I'm saying is like those UFOs, we don't know what they are. They're most likely a drone. Like they're most likely a drone that is powered by AI from not Earth. I don't know who's powering them. I mean, there probably aren't little like extraterrestrials like in that like spaceship. I think it's like a drone because like AI is crazy. It can enable you to travel the cosmos. If you trust me, it's gonna be crazy. Like, what would you do if there was a planet that you want to go check out that's like gazillion light years and like it wouldn't be realistic for like a biological being to go travel that far and that fast?
Well,
Send a drone first.
not yet. I'm reading up as you're speaking. I'm reading up on the Kardashev scale and the different types of civilizations because as much as I know about everything and stuff, I have no idea what that means. So, for everybody at home, the Kardashev scale basically outlines the different levels of civilization that can exist. So, type 1 civilization, such as that on Earth, um, means that it can basically is a civilization that consumes hold on, let me read exactly. Civilization close to the level presently attained on Earth with energy consumption, blah, blah, blah. Usually defined as one that can harness all the energy that reaches its home planet from its parent star. For Earth, this value is around 2 times 10 to the 17 watts, which is 4 orders of magnitude higher than amount presently attained on Earth. Type 2 is a civilization capable of harnessing the energy radiated by its own largest star, or its own large star, for example, by means of the successful completion of the Dyson sphere or Matryoshka brain, which also means something. What's the Dyson sphere?
A Dyson sphere is a device that of magnanimous proportions that
There's
is
your
created to
quarter word for the day.
encapsulate. I know, right? that is engineered to encapsulate your system's host star to basically draw the energy from the star, whether it being solar. I don't think it'd be solar. It'd be something like plasma or some crazy something crazy. But yeah, it's crazy. There's actually like the Tabby star. Look up Tabby star, where they actually think there was some anomalies with the star's luminosity. It was like flickering, and the type of cadence that it flickered suggested that there was like something that was um,
Like sapping its
not
energy.
not zapping its energy, but like crossing in between the star and Earth. So they saw dips in the star's light, and they studied it, and they're like, wait, this is kind of abnormal for anything naturally occurring. And you know, I mean, we can't really prove what it is or not. I mean, I think scientists was like, oh, it's probably some Oort cloud or I don't know, something in front of it. But um, it was very interesting. Look it up. Look up Tabby Star.
I'm reading about it right now.
But anyways, like there's like civilizations that could create that, and like just think about if you're at home and you're thinking like this is crazy. Well, it's not crazy because like think about like the ever expanding universe and how long, what, 13 billion years, you know. So like 100,000 years is nothing, and that's like 100,000 years to get to like a type 4 civilization.
Well,
If if they don't extinguish themselves by the time with AI, you know.
right.
So I feel like any civilization that's that advanced that could do what you're asking it to do to be able to foresee the future of the train not getting blown up would be like a higher civilization AI.
Oh yeah, a higher mind as well. That's getting into like divination, being able to see and predict the future, all possible futures.
Yeah, but it's all possible with energy though, energy collected. So there is some type of scientific explanation to why you have like 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 the ability to foresee the future and like I don't know, like travel through time basically.
Hmm. Well, now that we've gotten into some higher order thinking for the people, I'm going to give the people the mo you know. Speaking of stars and galaxies, um,
Now you know.
now you know. So let's here's to welcoming our new artificially intelligent overlords. Godspeed.
Yeah.
But with that, we're kind of towards the end of our episode.
Yeah, sorry I talk so much.
That's okay. That took a turn that I wasn't expecting. I originally was going to talk about the Met Gala and get your
Oh,
opinion on
well,
Doja Cat dressed as a cat.
I mean she's a cat. That's great. Did you see what's his name?
Nas.
Yes, Lil Nas.
I did
He pulled a Doja Cat.
pull the Doja Cat. He really did pull a Doja Cat.
Yeah.
Doja Cat was a cat. She was Karl Lagerfeld's cat. So was Jared Leto. There were
Or
multiple
maybe we'll talk
cats.
about that. Maybe we'll talk about that next episode.
We'll take a little looky loo and we'll do a review of this year's Met Gala. So that'll be the plan. We've got
Definitely.
a plan. We've got a plan. We'll have Brielle on and we'll have her critique as well.
Let me know in the comments if you would allow a AI powered robot into your home, or assistant, or AI powered Roomba vacuum, or AI powered anything into your home.
And while you're
I
at
think it's
it,
gonna have to happen.
I mean, I would say what's the worst that could possibly happen, but we've all seen iRobot, so yikerinos.
Oh yeah.
Yikerinos. Well,
Oh yeah.
with that, my friends, this is the end of our episode. So we want to say thanks a bunch to our Patreon supporters. Thanks a bunch at patreon.com/next to the floor. That's next to the floor.
Number two.
Yeah, come on down, support the stream, help make this whole entire thing happen. Yeah. Hey Gary, you know what? It costs $0 to be a good person.
To be a good person.
But you know what? Oh,
Whoops.
gagged.
Whoops. Accidentally hit a button on accident.
Gagged. He just left. Wow. Wow. Didn't even get to say,
Goodbye? Are they
goodbye.
still there?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
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 He just left
Goodbye.
everyone. How awkward.
I'm back.
But now that he's back, goodbye. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next time we see you. I remember back in oh golly, I was still in college, like the early 2000s, where there was like a supercomputer that had finally calculated like the 3000th place of pi.
Yeah.
And that was like the big thing.
Yeah. They have computers that do that easy, no problem.
Well, yeah, now, but way back in the day, that was like a lot for the people.
Oh, though, man, for real though, AI is gonna be crazy. We're gonna reach singularity, we're gonna reach AGI. I should have said that on the podcast. We're gonna reach AGI, artificial general intelligence, faster than people think.
Well, I mean, we've already got artificial art, artificial legs, artificial flavoring.
That's funny.
So, I feel like we could use any form of intelligence, so we'll take artificial. Some of these people out here be dumb.
I accidentally called somebody and now they're calling me back. Hold on.